G'day, my name is Jordan Bruno, Mr. Gay World 2018, and I'm tackling issues within the LGBTI community. Today, I'm talking about an issue that has plagued my previously obese self for a very long time: body shaming.
So, what is body shaming?
Let's break it down.
For me, body shaming in the queer community comes down to how you look and how you behave. It's these traits that put us into boxes and define us to the rest of the community. These descriptions tell us who we are compatible with and how much we are worth as a sexual identity, which, when you think about it, is really sad. The part that shits me the most, though, is as a community, we have fought so hard for acceptance and so hard for equality, yet we seem to exclude each other on how we look. I mean, that is pathetic.
So I've headed to my local gym because apparently that's where us queers are meant to hang out to meet a bunch of guys that have experienced body shaming to establish exactly what they've gone through and how we can improve the issue.
Guys, thanks for joining me. I just want to get a perspective on body shaming. Have you ever been body shamed, Peter, whether it was online, in an app, or in person?
I've actually been called like a skinny fat person, like because apparently I'm.
Is this by someone in the gay community?
Yeah. Apparently I'm like borderline between the two. Like I'm classified as a skinny fat person. I don't have muscle.
And what, this person carries a scale with him?
I'm not fat. No, but literally like I don't know. I guess like being seen without my top or whatever. Like you can see that I've got like love handles and got a bit of a belly and stuff like that. But in clothes, I like myself in clothes. But out of clothes, I don't like myself.
And then how often do you feel you get shamed in the gay community?
I can grind it all the time. Like I had a person not long ago. They obviously saw me on my Grindr profile, and then they saw me in person and told me like, you look fatter than your picture in Grindr.
That's what they said to you?
Yeah. They're like, you should take that picture down because it's misleading because you don't look like that in real life.
Yeah, that's intimidating.
And I've heard like comments made behind my back, even at the court. Like I was dancing one time, like on the wall, with the little smokers area thing. And then I heard someone say like, why don't all the fat guys get up and dance all the time?
Like I actually know so many people. My friend Aaron has never been to the court or connections because he doesn't feel like he would fit in. So have you ever been body shamed, Justin?
After 3 years of being with my ex, he had a great body, but every time we go out it would be top off and down to his underwear, and I'd stand there like fully clothed like.
But who are they getting validation from?
Yeah.
Like who are they trying to get validation from?
And that's what I'd crack. I'm like, is me not coming home with you enough? And he's like, you don't really have a good body. And I'm like,
yeah, I was dating this guy for a few months and we went to a club and he took off his shirt as soon as he got in a club. And I was like, why are you taking your shirt off? And he's like, oh, it's what you do here when you like want to impress others with your physique kind of thing. He didn't say it like that, but in other words. And I was like, cool, but if I'm dating you, I only want to look at you, and like I'm kind of hoping you would only want to look at me. And then after he did a lot of cocaine in the bathroom and some other stuff, I was like, maybe this isn't the guy for me. And how often have you felt shamed for being too skinny?
I catch myself in the mirror and I'm kind of like, you look good, but get bigger. And I notice the moment I lose weight, people are so quick to be like, you need to lose some weight. But then it also comes back because people are like, you need to gain weight, eat more. And I'm like, I just feel you can't win.
Josh, can you tell me, have you ever experienced body shaming online, on apps, or in person?
I went into the gay community thinking that they were really open-minded and have kind of been met with a lot of closed-mindedness.
Okay.
And I guess because of that, that led to me not going to like the court or connections, like not being
Which
a
are
part
like
of the
Perth's main gay clubs.
Yeah, so I don't really see myself as part of the community, so I kind of like step aside from it all. I've got I also have like anxiety and depression, so it's like beating a dead horse half the time. It's I get really anxious in big social environments, so that's probably why I don't go to their court or connections, but it's also I don't think I fit the makeup for the community.
We don't have a reasonable voice that's kind of like constructed and says like, oh cool, even if I don't find this person attractive, maybe I'll be a decent human being and I'm not going to say that to their face. It's like it's licensed in the gay community to be like, oh, if you don't find someone attractive, you have a right to tell them. I feel like we really need to create that line and then almost set out like a framework, like no, you have a license to be a good human being all the time.
My biggest thing is like, tell your bigger friend they look great, even if it's the worst day of their life. Like, I always go out of my way regardless, and it's not just to say it, like I always make sure I tell my friends they're looking really good, they're looking healthy, and you don't understand how much that little comment of you being actually sincere and caring for your friend can go from taking their day down here to up here. Just that comment of saying, you look really good today.
So I'm thinking as an exercise, and it's going to take a little bit of courage and bravery, if we can maybe look in the mirror and then say maybe one thing that we've been shamed for on our bodies that we don't necessarily love, and then maybe one trait that we do love, and we could point them out to each other. So for me, the parts of my body that I'm not comfortable with is my love handles. I know they're not huge, like I can actually see that they're not huge, but in my head they're massive. And then my belly as well. And I'm a compulsive sweater, so like I get really self-conscious about that, and I've had people point it out to me before. I love my legs. I never do leg day, but they're naturally a little bit bulky. And I like my eye colour. I got it from my mum and my grandma's side, and it reminds me of my family and history. So
I'm like not happy with like my whole middle section. Like I've got like the fat that overhangs over my underwear. I got love handles as well. The under, the boob fat as well, and my belly, like it just doesn't want to go away. I have been told I have good eyes as well. I love my eyes. And
gorgeous.
The only place of my body that I don't mind a bit of fat is my ass. I feel like I've got a good ass. So
yes, brilliant.
Love handles here, the belly, and just that sort of leaning it down. I like my eyes as well. They're probably
They're gorgeous, yeah.
They're the most complimented. And recently I've started liking my shoulders.
Yes. Woo! I love it.
I think mine would be my smile, and I guess I was blessed with taking the strong Spanish genes from Dad, so my dark features is probably favourite, and my tan in summer.
Awesome. I'm actually a bit overwhelmed by how big this issue really is. I mean, these guys are clearly being affected by body shaming and going through their own battles already. I don't quite understand why we do it, so I'm going to go talk to an expert and figure this stuff out. I've headed over to talk to psychologist Stephen Sharrett to get his perspective on body shaming.
Well, look, I mean, body shaming ultimately is about objectification.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's why historically straight women have been body shamed, because men look at them as objects. And so when you look at something as an object, you dehumanize it. And so saying bad things about something that's not human or something that's an object, that doesn't matter. Like there's nothing wrong with that. So then you now have a gay community where men are now objectifying men. And if you look at Grindr, we do that every day. We categorize men. We look at the kind of build that we want, the height, the age, and that dehumanizes them. That turns them into an object. And objects don't have feelings. So saying something horrible about an object, it doesn't matter. The sad thing is that has a double down effect in that because you're objectifying a man, you're judging yourself based on them, you then actually internalize yourself as an object because you're a man too. And so you start to see yourself as just the different parts, the muscles, the weight, the eye color. Some people say, no, this isn't true, but I guess sexually, like physically, we're more wired for sex than women. And so we objectify each other. And I think the really sad thing for gay men as opposed to everyone else is that while straight men, when they're looking for partners, they're looking at different women.
Yeah.
Whereas with gay men, you're almost judging yourself based off the people that you're finding attractive. And so I think that doubles down on the body shaming in the community, because you're looking at other people as an object and you're knowing what you like, and then you have to reflect on yourself and be like,
you're internalizing
I'm looking at these people and this is what I find attractive, and I don't measure up to that. And so I think that reinforces that cycle.
For me, it's just about like raising a level of awareness and start realizing we all have different characteristics, but we also are real people with real feelings, and we need to start being aware of each other's feelings.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's okay to judge someone based on their physical attraction. I mean, you have to be physically attracted to someone. I suppose it's about not going that next step and then making people feel bad because they don't fit your model of what's attractive. I mean, really, some practical advice in terms of what can we do to make it better. Don't put limits on your Grindr profile. Just let everyone come through and you pick based on that. Don't don't go through and pick only the worst bottoms, only no black people, no people over 50. Like, just leave it open.
Yeah, be sensitive.
Yeah.
Like, I think
Be nice to each other. It's so easy. Like, just be nice to each other. But really, that's actually hard.
In all honesty, body shaming stems from the belief that there is an idolized form of beauty, that you need to look and behave a certain way to be considered attractive and attainable, which is a real concept, but I'm not sure who sets the guidelines or makes the policies. Maybe the fucking Kardashians. That, combined with the fact we are brought up in a society that is constantly telling us that we aren't man enough because we are gay. So we find the need to compensate with our physical appearance and distinguish ourselves from other feminine men. We need to know that everyone has different standards of what is attractive, and we need to build a mutual respect for each other. We have to stand up to people that are constantly attacking other people for their shape, characteristics, and traits. It's no longer okay to march at a pride event for acceptance and then tell someone else they are too fat or too old to be there. As a community, we need to collectively move the idea that all presentations, all traits, all characteristics are 100% okay. And this might sound cliche, but we need to love ourselves. We need to embrace the body we are in. Tag a friend below to let them know that you think they are beautiful inside and on the outside. Body image issues are real for everyone. And some homework? Love yourself. Guys, we need you to like, comment, share, and do all that good stuff. And most importantly, tell us what you think in the comments below. And remember, at the end of the day, aren't we all just that little bit gay?